service center to service the bike. Maybe the bike doesn't need a service actually, just need an oil change. Done almost 4,700 kilometers on the oil, and almost 4,900 kilometers on the oil. So it definitely needs an oil change, filter change, and yes, I've got 2 new bulbs for my bike. So it seems the right bulb, and right now using crystal vision, the daylight running bulb has gone a bit dim, so I'm just changing it. Anyway, I wanted the diamond vision. So I got the diamond vision for 1800. You can get it easily from Milan Subway, and Amazon also is available. So 800 bucks a piece, so that's 1600 for 2. Good illumination, completely white, so it looks like an HID. I have some friends using it and pretty impressed with the illumination. Yes, what I wanted to tell you is I did my fork oil change somewhere else this time, not at the service center. So it was done at Kumar Auto Works. Now Kumar Auto Works is in JB Nagar, Andheri East. So I'll be putting the address in the description. Pretty nice guy, and the damping that he has done is so good that the ride quality is much improved. Not that the service center guys used to do it bad, but yeah, they used to make the forks really stiff, and when you make your forks really stiff, you have a lot of, because of a bad road, it's really pathetic. So just keeps on hitting. This is made the ride quality very supple and smooth. So bumps are felt, but not as bad. So it's not that third feeling that you get when you hit a bump or hit a bad road. Now look at these roads, it's pathetic, but still the ride quality is quite good. And yeah, so we charged around 1700 for the fork oil. Yes, it's a bit expensive, but he does a very good work. The fork calibration, the correct number of oil. He uses a different oil which is used in the superbikes. I think so it's 5W Motul 5W I believe. And yeah, he also changed the bearings. So he was honest enough to tell me that the bearings are gone. The seal he had not changed, so he was pretty honest enough to tell me that I've used the old seal and changed only the bearings, so he charged me only for the bearings. And after that the bike has improved in stability in a corner. The fork oil had completely gone. I had done almost about 13,000 kilometers on the fork oil, and thanks to our bad roads, the oil degrades quite faster. Though I don't do much of off-roading, but yes, my daily commute is good enough to, wear things out. Yeah. And so in terms of, yeah, we did a phone set adjustment. I asked him if the phone set had gone off. He's saying the phone set still has life in it. It's almost been 46,000 kilometers. I've not changed the phone set. Pretty freaking impressed. That you don't have to change the phone set even when you do 46,000 kilometers. So pretty good. And yeah, so what I'll be doing is just an oil change and the bulb change. That's it. Chaining and loop. So I'll do a chain clean near the service center itself. So yeah. And so I'll be leaving the description below. So all 300 owners, in case you want to do a fork oil change, I highly recommend this guy, Rohit Arora his name is, and pretty honest guy, pretty straightforward. It's like I told him that don't change the bearings. He said I don't do half-hearted jobs. So pretty straightforward guy. He will do what he has asked to do, and yeah, he will charge you according to the work that he does. So he even services Ninjas, a lot of Busas I've seen at his place. So it's basically just before the JB Nagar metro station, so quite accessible for all the Mumbaiites. So pretty decent job, very well done, and pretty happy with the damping. So please do visit him in case you have. So I have my friends who are due for a fork oil change, so I'll definitely recommend them to change it there. because he has done a splendid job. So, not I did not feel the pinch of spending 1,700 just for a fog oil change. So I'll just visit the service center basically. So I'll just put the videos for the videos of the bulb change and the oil change. So yeah, guys. So here we are draining the oil, and it's done almost 4,900 kilometers. And if you see the state of the oil is pretty bad. It's a bit black, burnt. Uh, this oil was mainly used during the rain, so it was not much of ripping. No trips were done on this oil, but still, everyday run of 46 kilometers is good enough. Traffic conditions, heat, the weather conditions nowadays, dusty, it all affects. So I prefer draining the oil in say about 5,000 kilometers. I use 7100 10W50, and the manual says 10W40. So now he's removing the oil filter. So that's the oil that is dripping. So 2.2 liters goes into the oil in the bike with the replacement of the oil filter. So he has fitted the new one, the drain bolt. I would suggest all Ninja 300 owners to actually replace that drain bolt once you see it's completely dented, because mine was dented, and because of the low ground clearance, that hits on the speed breaker and damages it. So nothing else happens, but still the drain bolt gets damaged. So I recommend you to replace it. It costs just 180 bucks, I think, so with the washer, and you can definitely replace that. I had done it, but still, speed breakers, shitty speed breakers, you know how it is. Okay, now here comes the fresh Motul 7100 10W50. Now I have shifted to 10W50 is because of I'm sorry for this. My finger was in the way. Sorry for that. So why I've shifted to 10W50 is I felt it quite good in summers. The good gear shifts, smooth. I mean, even at 4,900, the bike was not dragging, but still, I don't want to. It was not very worse or something like that, but I still like to keep the engine life healthy. 5,000 is good enough. Some people say about 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 12,000, but I think so in our conditions, 5,000 is good enough. With my type of running, around 50 kilometers, 46 kilometers, 50 kilometers a day, and along with occasional trips, 5,000 is good enough. So that should be good. So that's 1 liter of oil. Now the second can. So it's 2.2 liters of oil with the oil filter change. And I recommend you to change the oil filter every time you do an oil change, because whatever impurities are there in the oil get stuck in the oil filter. And you definitely want to keep your bike healthy, because the heart of the bike is your engine, and definitely you want your heart functioning well, right? So you can definitely do that. That's another 1 liter. So basically, to do an oil change, just the belly pan has to be removed, the Kawasaki cowl down, and just the nut, and that's it, you're done. The oil filter requires that tool that you see in red just next to the can. That's it. So the oil filter removal has to be done by that. The tightening also has to be done by that. So he's just checking the amount of liter. He has put a mark. So the Motul cans has those indications. So that's it. My service. I just did a oil change, and my filter was already cleaned last time, so I didn't want to do that again. He checked the chain setting, and it was perfectly fine. And yeah, I changed the bulbs. So I put Diamond Vision. Came for 1600 a pair from Milan Subway. So it's giving me pretty good light. I mean, pretty good illumination in the dark. I'm pretty happy for that. I just have to adjust my high beam, so that I have to do. He's putting back the cowl again, below one. Yeah, coming back to the bulbs, I just have to adjust the high beam. It's a bit too high. I just need to lower it down a bit. So that should sort out. So that I'll do it over the weekend. And yeah, in case you have any more questions on how I maintain my bike and what all I do as a basic and how frequently I do it, you can definitely post those questions here, and I can definitely answer them. We'll be ordering the Brembo brake pads soon. So the hell lines are already put in. The pads will definitely make a difference. The front pads have worn off. Now all Ninja 300 owners will face a problem with the front pads because in rains it gets degraded very fast. Sorry to say, that's really pathetic. But in dry condition it's extremely good. I have run about 8,000, 9,000 kilometers on those pads with good braking, sometimes aggressive, not too aggressive always, but yeah. So that's done. Belly pan fixed, everything tucked away, and now the upcoming video will show you the brightness of the Diamond Vision. So you see, that's the daytime running light. This is in the afternoon, not only in the evening. It's that bright. So there I put in the high beam, and voila, that's freaking bright. Okay guys, so we have just done our servicing and I'm going back home. What do you have here? Free ambulance. Okay. This is a contact number in case you have pets or something like that. So you can definitely call these guys. Free ambulance. Tongue twister. Try to capture the contact number. So yes, we have done the servicing, done the oil change, filter change, oil filter change, and yes, installed the Diamond Vision bulbs. Pretty happy now. It's daytime, it's bright and sunny. Still I can see a bit of reflection on the other car. It's quite powerful, quite white, and yeah, that should do the trick. Now let me see in the evening. I'll just take a ride and let's see how it is. Nand Prabha Parivar Mangal whatever. I just couldn't pronounce the name, but so 5,000 done on the oil and it was completely burned. You will be seeing in the video below. And it's recommended, I believe, to change at 5,000, though some people change at 10,000, 8,000. But our conditions are such that a lot of dust, heat, a lot of mixed conditions here in India. So oil degradation faster, plus a bit of ripping here and there. It does have an impact on the oil. So for better engine life, better engine longevity, I recommend 5,000. Yeah, there are some people who change it at even 20,000, 10,000. That's ridiculous. But to each his own. But I personally feel 5,000 is a good time to change, because I've seen the state of the oil, I've seen how the bike was performing, a little bit of lag in your gear shifts as well, sometimes that affects, so please do take care of that. And yeah, so let's see what I can do for my next vlog. A bit busy nowadays. I'll be doing a video of also the diamond vision, the brightness of diamond vision, so you can actually see even in the night. Let's speak about that. So thank you for watching. Do comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, please do let me know.